Ah, yes, indeed. Welcome on into the Barber Shop. It is your boy G Bush, man. Back with you again, man. Listen, shout out to all of the KoolAid Mafia gang is in the building. Barbershop is in the building. UCSS is in the building, and you know how we gonna give it up on a victory Monday, man. It feels so good. I hope y'all don't mind me getting philosophical today. I want to get a little philosophical today because I want to really break this thing down. And it's a lot of people who don't understand what we go through as Browns fans. And it's a lot of people that don't understand why it is that the Cleveland Browns are the best fan base in the world. People don't understand what makes us special, right? People don't really kind of grasp why it is what we do. And today we're going to break down and take a deep dive into the Browns upset win. And a lot of it with the Browns upset win is not going to be on a page somewhere. A lot about what we're going to talk about with the Browns upset win over the 49ers is not going to be much so X's and O's. It's going to be more about the I would say the things that make teams special. The mentality, the belief, the synergy, the camaraderie, the pageantry, all of those things go into what make sports special. And I think sometimes we diminish it. And I think today is going to be a deep dive into how the Cleveland Browns won that football game against a 5-0 team. And what are some of the things that they can replicate moving forward, and to highlight as to a lesson for everybody else out there that doesn't understand necessarily that yes, the league is a week-to-week league, and yes, and why does it seem like when you have a great game, we got to bring up things that happen bad, or if you have a great game, you get so tight in the minutia of the X's and O's of what's going on that you just really don't have an opportunity to sit there and exhale and relax and enjoy a victory. Because that's what I think we should be doing today. So as always, we got 102 people here. Salute to 102 people here, wherever you're at. You're at an office building, whether you're on the road, whether you're in the doctor's office, wherever you're at, watching me on the phone or computer. I appreciate it. Every one of you 107 people. Continue to make this thing a big thing, UCSS and the Barbershop collaboration, and make sure you hit that like button so more people can see this content. We got a great show coming up as always. We got a chat and we got a question and answer, what we always do with you guys. It's the best part of what I like to do. Fan interaction memberships are open and available. Please sign up for some of that bonus content. Super chats are available. I promise we will get to every single super chat. And here, we give your super chat a chance to breathe. We react to that, and we do a good job, I believe, the best of the business about giving you guys a platform. I want to thank you guys as well. As always, we got another opportunity. Every single day, we're the only platform in the game doing this. We're the only platform in the game giving back to the people. We're the only platform in the game that is making sure it ain't all about collecting. It's all about giving too. You get 2 more opportunities. Somebody out there going to get a KoolAid Mafia t-shirt today. Somebody out there going to get a KoolAid Mafia t-shirt. All you got to do is listen to the end of the show for the code word. You send that code word to my email address. We put you in a raffle, and we'll shout out the names of the people, and we'll also give out the names of the individuals who have won things. I don't think that we've talked about those guys enough. We're going to show a list of the names and announce the winners from the rally flag, from the hoodies, as well as t-shirts that we've been giving away. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk about it as Kevinsansky's signature win. I do believe this is a signature win for Kevin Stefanski. And I always make the joke, I don't like to strip people's medals. And the reason why I don't like stripping people's medals is I could be critical of you and some of the things that I may not like with Kevin Stefanski. I've been critical of play calling. I've been critical of the way he utilizes his weapons. I've been critical a lot of times on a lot of things that he's done. However, just because I'm critical of you doesn't mean I can't give you a shout out. I can't tell you the great things that you've done as well. So we'll talk about this signature win under Kevin Stefanski's belt. Undisputed number 1 defense. That question mark is there. I don't think it's anything to talk about. Ain't nothing to talk about with the Browns defense. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, your Cleveland Browns have the best defense in all the Milky Way galaxy. They proved it against the 49ers. I'm going to tell you why and how. How did Jim Schwartz get this group of players in one off season to start playing as an all-time great defense. I think he has a lot of lessons a lot of coaches can follow up on, and a lot of coaches can take and use this other places, because it's not about the physicality of the defense or the physical traits and skill sets. It's all between here. We'll explain why coming up a little bit as well. And KoolAid Mafia in the building, as you can see. We got the beautiful Cleveland Browns orange crush, the brown hoodie with the orange right here. The KoolAid hoodies is out available. We'll give you an opportunity to catch a couple of those as well. You can get those at Bushline Beauty / Barber Shop. And we'll get into the KoolAid Mafia and what that actually means. A lot of people, when I picked the Cleveland Browns to win on Friday, and nobody else picked to win, people, Adam the Bull, Jason, Lloyd, you try to strip me of my medals, dog. I know it was heartfelt. I know you kind of was tongue in cheek looking around like, did he really pick him? Yeah, I picked him. I'm going to tell you why y'all don't understand what the KoolAid Mafia is. You don't understand what the correlation between the KoolAid Mafia is and the Cleveland Browns. And we'll break that down as to what that really means and why this victory was so special for fans, right? So we'll do that coming up all on this show. But first, let's get to our first topic. Let's get to our first topic really quickly. Now, you may say, G. Bush, is this all about the KoolAid Mafia? Nah, it's not that. When I came up with the KoolAid Mafia, I wanted to come up with something that was creative as well as it sold something that I'm really big on. I'm a big person on faith. And faith, for those who may not understand what the definition of faith is, it's just believing in something that is yet not evident. Believing in something that you don't technically see, believing in something that you don't have any evidence of, believing in something that you don't really quite have any proof or backup on it. You just feel it. You just know it. You just understand it. So a lot of my takes, I go on a lot of my takes on just faith. You know, I have to me, I have a keen ability to be like, yo, yeah, nobody saw the Cleveland Browns winning against the San Francisco 49ers. When you look on paper, there was nothing. When you look on paper, they got the best players. Your best players are out, and they got the next best 10 players. But you know what the thing about faith is? Faith is so hard to have. But once you tap into it, there's something that begins to build. There's something that begins to build inside the locker room. There's something that begins to build in the coaching staff. It's something that starts to bubble up in your fan base. And a lot of people don't believe in manifesting things. A lot of people don't visually see and manifest things into existence, right? Faith is one of those things when you have a couple of people gathered in a different area or a specific place with a specific mindset, with a specific task. Those guys can play better as a sum of the part rather than individuals. And so when you see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns, it's not just Jim Schwartz. It's just not Myles Garrett being dominant. It's not any of that, because the Browns on paper should not be able to compete with the San Francisco 49ers, especially when you don't have Nick Chubb, especially when you don't have Deshaun Watson. But a lot of times when I go into different places and I talk about sports, everything is built on X's and O's. Everything is built on stats. Everything is built on, well, I got to see it in a number, and that number correlates to how I deal and visualize the game. The hack is, the real life hack is that the real people, the successful people, always visualize success. That's why when people tell me it's a week-to-week league, and don't get all wrapped up in one victory, don't get all wrapped up and drink the Kool-Aid, don't get all wrapped up and jump off a ledge, don't get all wrapped. How do you live your life? Not celebrating your victories, but harping on your defeats. I don't understand that. I'm in an industry full of people that say they want the Cleveland Browns to win, that say that they live and die with what the Browns is doing, but yet don't pour that energy into the team. They don't pour that confidence into the squad. They don't hope, they don't strive for excellence. They don't strive and make it be a point of contention that, yes, if I beat the San Francisco 49ers this week and we went out there and we played with energy, effort, intensity, we went out there and knocked the hell out of the San Francisco 49ers, why would it be that I'm a Kool-Aid drinker if I expect him to go do the same thing against the Colts? I don't understand it. And I got into this game not understanding how that could be the standard. How that is that good announcing? You tell me, put it in the comment section. Is this what it is to be a sportscaster? I conservatively play both sides of the road. I talk out to both sides of my neck and say, the Browns, they shouldn't win any games. That, you can't count that one by one. The Browns, we can't get too excited. Pump your brakes. It's only preseason. The other shoe is going to drop. But yet still, when we talk about the San Francisco 49ers, we count every one of their games. We count all of their statistics. We count every highlight and say they're the most dominant team we've ever seen. And I'm confused by that. The KoolAid Mafia isn't about Kool-Aid and who drank the Kool-Aid. The KoolAid Mafia is about faith. And that if a few people have enough faith, there is nothing you can do with them. See, that's a funny thing about faith. And you see how everybody on the defense is under one accord and playing with faith. When you play like that, that means you absolutely believe that Jim Schwartz don't care nothing about Kyle Shanahan. When you absolutely believe and understand that Myles Garrett can't be blocked, but you don't take that for granted. You say, I love Myles Garrett to death, but not only do I love Myles Garrett to death, I want to make that play Myles Garrett played. Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith is not waiting for Myles Garrett to make the play. Grant Delpit is not waiting for Zadarius Smith to make that play. Juan Thornhill is not waiting for Grant Delpit to make the play. Emerson is not ready. He's not waiting for Thornhill to make the play. Everybody out there is trying to make that play for themselves, but they playing inside a unit that absolutely believes that they're the best in the universe. There is nothing you can say to a person who has conviction about where they are. Because if you have conviction about something, your actions will line up against it. You can't say nothing to a person who has conviction. They already understand. They're delusional. And the great thing about delusion is if you're playing at a high level, when you're delusional and you're playing at a low level, it's a multiplier to that. It's a multiplier. That's why you have so many teams that one thing happens and it just parachutes. It just drops. It just multiplies. Oh, we fumbled. We're going to fumble again. Up, 3 and out. Now the defense don't want to play well. But you know what? When you are delusional and you playing well, look how things fall your way. Look how things fall your way. And I like the nature of it. I love it. The same way we had kickers that was missing field goals. Guess what, boys and girls? That pressure exists on every kicker. It's up to you to put the pressure on them. Embrace it. They missed that doggone field goal. Now you know how Cade York feel. That field goal started off and the wind blew it 3-4 yards to the right. If the Cleveland Browns embrace that instead of making excuses about it, you could turn a negative into a home field advantage. Negative into a home field advantage. And you can see how when the fans feed into them, that's why I'm a big person. When you go to the games, you got a responsibility. Not just to have entertainment. You are the 6th man. You are the 12th man. You are whatever the case may be in whatever sport you're talking about. Your job is to come in there and make life a living hell. Before I leave up out of here, I want to see the Browns get back to that dog pound. But one hand washes the other. In order for you to get a fan base that is fervent, that cheers, that never leaves, that always goes to the whistle, you got to have a team that puts that energy out and they'll give it back to you. See, it's a loop. It's a loop. It's synergy. It's somebody in oneness. That's what the KoolAid Mafia is about. That's what Kool-Aid drinking is about. It's about saying, I don't care who come up in here. I don't care if it's the San Francisco 49ers, the Philadelphia Eagles. We got guys that we feel is just as good as them, if not better. Your history has nothing to do with your today. See, it's a lot of people out there that's sitting in 86, sitting in 1994. Oh, well, it's going to come back around. Some of these kids or these dudes playing, that don't matter to them. We're talking today, and it shows you how Jim Schwartz has transformed the defense because he's talking about today. What somebody did in a pair of pads 25 years ago don't got nothing to do with you. Let me just give you a personal example. I'm on UCSS. See, it's the difference between me and y'all. I'm on UCSS. I do the Barber Shop on the radio. I do Bleacher Report. I do a bunch of stuff. If all of those go away today, you know what? I'm comfortable going back to ground zero. I'm comfortable eating ramen noodles. I'm comfortable getting them canned goods out. See, a lot of y'all guys at the top, you've been eating steak too long. See, if it all goes away tomorrow, I'm right back onto this internet where I started from, talking into this microphone and didn't know if I ever get a shot. You can't tell me what I'm going to do. That's about drinking Kool-Aid. You can't stop my hustle. You may not like my takes. You can't stop my grind. You might not like my face, but you're going to see my face because every single time you turn this TV on, I'm going to be on here. My set going to look better. My clothes going to improve. I'm going to have glasses on someday. I'm going to be coordinated. I got gold chains on. You can't stop somebody that want it. You can't stop a man that want it. And that's what the Kool-Aid is about. And the Cleveland Browns is showing you, it don't matter what your history is, if you want it bad enough and you make it a point to say, I'm going to be here all day in your living room in your face and I'm going to make it uncomfortable. If you take it from me, you got it. But you got to take it from me. And it don't matter how much you talk about Brock Purdy or how much you talk about Shanahan or old Christian McCaffrey. And I know I'm going a little long-winded on the first part, but I just set something up. It don't matter. They showed you that if they play like that, and that's the best team in the world, the Cleveland Browns is a Super Bowl contender, and it don't even matter who at quarterback. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? If they play like that, and we didn't even have a perfect game, and we didn't even win a turnover battle, and on top of that, we gave them points. Y'all gonna come around. Y'all come around. All I need is a couple people. If you feel me, you know what it is. You already know what it is. Let's get to a couple comments, man. Let's get to a couple comments. Hey, listen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to preach up in here a little bit. Hey, I didn't mean to preach up in here. 232 people in here. We could beat the Colts, make it so. I love that. I love it. I love what you just said right there. Let me get this out of here. Let me get my banner out of here. We could beat the Colts, make it so. I can't believe I was on here talking to Adam the Bull, and he said, oh, don't get in front of yourself. What? You think I done been to the top of the mountain just to go back down? No. Bob, Kareem Hunt was very good. Yes, he was very good. And you know why Kareem Hunt was very good? Because it's not all about whether or not Kareem Hunt has the same speed he had when he was in Kansas City, or whether Kareem Hunt was doing his thing, or is Kareem Hunt washed. No, it's called, I need a dog. I need somebody that's going to put his heart on the line. This dude was chilling on the sidelines. He didn't know if his career was coming back. He from the city. You think somebody from the city that grew up on the east side, in a school of hard knocks is going to come up here worried about the San Francisco 49ers? Give that man that ball up the middle in the inside zone game. Come on now. Come on now. And you know what he did? It may not look like much, but you know what happens? That start to wear people down. That sets a mentality. Yeah, I'm all for the KoolAid. Yup, you already know what it is. We already know. Let's roll. We already know what it is. And we just trying to get to it. That's what I'm talking. We trying to get to it. Man, look. We ain't playing around with nobody. Ray Smith, the Cleveland media is made up of jaded Browns and Guardians and Cavs fans. Unfortunately, they fall in the negativity trap and in pursuit of being right. And there's nothing wrong with having faith. At the end of the day, why would we sit up here and I just saw a beautiful game and my team won an improbable game, but I got to sit back and act like I ain't excited? Who does that? I got to act like, well, I'm just gonna wait it out over here, Jim. I'm gonna wait it out. I don't want any problems because people might actually think that I root for my team. And I don't care nothing about being right. I just happen to be right a lot. I don't care nothing about it. I hope they be listening to my blogs and be like, you know what? We might want to give Kareem Hunt the ball a little bit more. Base player in 1966. The last San Francisco drive really pissed me off. Did it to everybody else. It felt like we royally, you know what up to, but why I consider that luck factor big in this game. Hey, look, here's why I'm not considered no luck factor. And I had this conversation with people as well before we get the break. The reason why I don't feel like this is a luck factor is look how many times our field goal kickers missed those. Cade York missed those kicks all year. We've been missing kicks forever. We've been getting kicks blocked forever. When those things happen and you take those L's, the other team is not saying that's luck. They taking them wins and getting up out of Dodge. One of the things that you can say is it's hard as hell to kick in Cleveland. Is it not? Yes, it is. We made the kicks necessary to win the football game. They didn't make the kicks necessary to win the football game. Case closed. 3-2. I like that. With that being said, let's keep it pushing. We got more stuff to talk about. We got some more stuff to get into. Let's go to this. Let's get back to this. Coming up, we're going to tell you why Jim Schwartz has been able to get this defense to play the way it is. It don't really got nothing to do with the skill set. It's all between the ears. We'll explain when we come back. It's G. Bush here on the UCS YouTube channel. Hey, let me shout out my people from, we got to get to it. Phenomenal Barbershop. At the end of the day, how am I going to a show called The Barbershop and I don't have a phenomenal barbershop? I don't got a barbershop I go to. Call my man Jason. Jason is dope, man. As a matter of fact, he called me before the game and he actually was with me drinking a KoolAid. He said, G. Bush, it may sound crazy, but I think the Browns can get it done, man. So Jason, shout out to him. Go see him. Call him. He can set up an appointment. No waiting in line. You can order online. You can set up your appointment. You can pick whether you want to shave, whether you want to fade. You know everything going up. He got a nice little private cutting. You can watch TV down there, and he does it all, man. It's a really nice location, very quiet neighborhood in Lakewood. Make sure you call Jason to book an appointment today at 216-385-8861. Phenomenal Barbershop on Detroit Avenue, 11827 Detroit Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio, 44107. Once again, Phenomenal Barbershop, the official barbershop of the Barbershop on UCSS. Let me do that. And bam, there we go. I had to get that clean. All right, let's get back to it. Don't forget, coming up here in a moment, we are going to give out the code word for the day to get an opportunity to get one of these barbershop shirts. You do not want to miss it. We're going to give out the code word to get one of the Browns ones. Right now, we got the black ones. We had the blue ones. A lot of people reached out and said, G. Bush, why don't you have Browns colors? Come on, you got to have the Browns colors. And you know what I did on Faith? I said, I knew the Browns was going to win. Why not drop the Orange Crush joints right when the Browns win? And I knew they would win this weekend. So we got these available. You can get these right now. Bushline Beauty / Barbershop, Bushline Beauty / Barbershop. Let's get back to it. The Browns defense right now is the number one defense in all the game. We can't complain about that. You can't say nothing about that. I'm not going to play the semantics game. Well, if the San Francisco had some guys out, the weather was bad. That's the point. Why do you think we ain't got a dome? You think I wouldn't enjoy being in a dome stadium eating popcorn and hot pretzels in 70-degree perfect weather? Right? They've been talking forever. The Browns need to have a retractable dome. Well, if you ain't going to have a retractable dome or any inside dome, then I want it to be nasty outside. I would love for it to be dirty and nasty outside. And Kevinsansky said it beautifully at halftime. We're going to drag them right down in the mud. The wind is swirling. The field is wet. You're not coming in here throwing the ball for 900 yards. And I would love for us to get home field advantage so we can use that to a home field advantage in our own stadium. So for me, I'm not going to give people no excuses as to why they lost. I thought the Browns did a great job of coming in and beating and being more physical than the 49ers. What they do, they came right in here, and Deebo Samuel was doing all that barking and all that extra. Just because you got a visor don't mean you nice. These guys crack me up. These dudes that throw a visor on and make you're not Darth Vader. We are not scared of you. You do not have a lightsaber underneath that jersey, bro. Y'all came in doing all of that woofing and talking, and you was ripe for the pickings. We know what it was. Y'all came off of a game against the Dallas Cowboys, and y'all beat up on Dak Prescott. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. You beat up on Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. Right? At home. See, when the conditions is right, everybody good. When it's sunny and ain't no wind and ain't no perspiration and ain't no rain and no humidity and nothing, it's easy to win. Everybody can get that off. So, but the thing Jim Schwartz does with the Cleveland Browns, and the secret to the turnaround is this. Jim Schwartz understands mentality. And this always goes back. It's just human nature. And one of the things I always like to do when I study the game and study the game of football, there's so many other things that go into the game of football besides fantasy football numbers and analytics and stats. You can compare and contrast the art of war. You can compare and contrast the way fiscal policy works in the world, finances. You can compare it to communication skills, sociology. You get psychology. Just mental health, all those things go into, and you can compare and use aspects of those things to enhance what you do on a football field. And a lot of times, generally speaking, is when you try to explain these things, people will get antsy and cut you off. Well, let's get back to the field. Hold on. I got to get time. That's why I like the Barber Shop. I got time to really expound on certain thoughts. And this is a thinking man show. It's a thinking man show. This ain't just because you speak analytics don't mean that you a thinking man show. What I'm talking about is other things that work in life that translate to the football field. What Jim Schwartz has figured out that nobody else has figured out. And while you ask that question, how does he take the same defense with some of the same people and automatically then switched it around? And now you got one of the people talk about one of the all-time great defenses. Well, Jim Schwartz took a little bit of time out of football. And what he did is he went around to different places. And he's what we call nowadays, in my opinion, I made this up. He's a new wave old school coach. What do you mean by new wave old school coach? See, Jim Schwartz ain't gonna take no crap. He old school. He don't be all that talking back stuff, all of that extra stuff. You're gonna be focused. He gonna be able to. If you miss an assignment, he gonna chew you out. He's gonna be straight and narrow. He's a straight shooter to you. He ain't doing all that flimsy stuff. But what people don't understand is people can respect that. See, players that's real players, they can respect a coach being a straight shooter with them. And we don't want no politician. We want somebody that if I did my thing, you're going to say I did my thing. If I need corrected, you're going to get on me about getting corrected. He's one of them new old school coaches. But what he did is he picked up some of the new stuff. See, a lot of coaches cut their nose off and despite their face. A lot of coaches worry about stupid stuff. Why y'all playing that music in the locker room? Really? That's what you're talking about? Ain't you supposed to be getting the game plan together? You need to worry about your first 10 scripted plays. Why y'all socks ain't the same height? Why Odell got them shoes on? Why is it that they trying to dance after the play? Why can't they just hand the ball back to the referee? I don't like what he said on Twitter. What is these dudes talking about? Where did he go on vacation last year? I don't know why he's looking in the stands. Why he get up and do the first down thing? I like when the dude could just hand the ball. See, y'all worry about the dumbest stuff. And see, a lot of coaches lose a lot of good players because they are insecure. Just because you came from an era where you wasn't doing none of that, you got to adapt to what we doing today. And so Jim Schwartz looked around and said, hold on, I'm not going to become no dinosaur like Bill Belichick. Because at the end of the day, you got to have ball players that want to play hard for you. See, defense is a mentality, not a skill. I repeat, defense is a mentality, not a skill set. The three tenets of defense is passion. You got to be passionate and energetic on defense. That's number one. Two, you got to be nasty to play on defense. You got to be nasty to play on defense. And three, you got to be free to be out there playing free and fast. The only way you unlock fast and passion is you have to be free. And talking about somebody's socks and why you dancing after the play does not mean I'm free. As a matter of fact, he takes it to the second step. He says, not only do I want you to play like that, I mandate it. I mandate that you celebrate. I mandate that you celebrate with each other. I mandate that when you get up, you show that energy. You know why? The Bible even says, hey, the joy is your strength. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Joyfulness in your heart brings out that play, that passion, that aggressiveness. You gotta have that to even start on defense. How many defenses do we see 9 times out of 10, they just doing this? Check Ranger, right there. Let me move. It's motion. Oh my gosh, what are they doing? My headphones are out. How many defenses do you see doing that? We see it every doggone week. They snap the ball and get hit for 25 yards. Ain't about that. Get lined up, get in your gap, and go cause some havoc. Get lined up, put your hand in the dirt, and try to drive that man and put him in the first row in the stands. Get lined up and just for fun, knock the hell out of the tight end and laugh about it. That's defense. That's defense. It is a mentality, not a skill. But to unlock that, you have to be a coach that is not insecure. No one cares about your defense. We don't care about what your scheme is. We don't care. No one cares about that. You run what's best for you and get guys freed up front. And you see, ain't no busted coverages, ain't none of that. All you see is the Cleveland Browns making plays. And Jim Schwartz has figured it out. The funny part about it is everybody can play like that. And you say, you liar, it has to do with you got to have pieces. Yes, you got to have pieces and parts, but that goes back to the mentality of your organization. If your general manager is lockstep with what we're trying to do in the field, he'll get pieces and parts. But if you got people that's punting on, half the front office is punting, don't want no players, and the coach says, give me Boy Scouts because I don't want nobody messing up. So, well, now you ain't got no players. Everybody can run this. Effort is free. Effort and willingness and running is free of charge. And it is. Just is. And when people say the Cleveland Browns can't continue to work like this or you can't expect that, you know what I can't expect? I can expect that every time you step on that field, I want you to give maximum effort, maximum speed, run to the football, and when you get there, have an attitude. And if you don't, I got somebody that'll be in there for you, dog. That's how it works. How it works. Let's get back to you guys, man. Let's get back to you guys. Super chat on here. Appreciate the super chat, my man. Definitely appreciate it. Here we go. Ray Smith. It's time to change the culture of the Browns fan, faith and positivity. Leave the past in the past. It's a new day, dog pound. Let's drink. Peter C. Risk. It happens like that when you get punched in the mouth. It happens like that, right? Jared Proper says you can't develop young talent if you consistently blowing up the coaching. Hey, we'll talk about Kevin Stefanski here in a second. Kevin Stefanski, I'm going to give him his props. I'm giving his props a little bit. I think he's still growing as a coach. And that is a compliment because if you stop growing, that means I can't work with you. You should be always growing and finding something to put in your hat. Amber Amadin. If it was the wind and the weather, why is the excuse not used for the Browns winning? Example, boy, did those Browns was crazy in that horrible weather to get the win. You see? Right? To me, it's backwards. To me, it's backwards, man. Like, no days off. That's an elite name, by the way. No days off. I like that. Just seeing a stat, the Browns have played man cover 71% of defense snaps. Quarterbacks have only had 44% completion rate, and that's using what you would have in the toolbox. That's it. And guess what? No days off. When we had your boy Joe Woods, he's back there. We're a cover 3 defense. We're a cover 3. Whose man is that? We're a cover 3 defense. We like to play quarters too. When they come out in 3-by-1 to the field, whose man is that? Touchdown, Carolina Panthers, 75 yards. We like to play. Listen, we got a cloud coverage where we play robber technique on top of it. Cover 6. Ball completed from Joe Flacco to no-name gangster receiver. 55 yards, touchdown, Jets. Don't even care what you call your stuff. These guys be on, hey, man, set apart Laz. Why are they phasing out DPJ? He has sure hands. Hey, bro, I don't even think it's a phasing out situation. I think that it's the fact that they can't get consistent quarterback play. They're just trying to figure it out. I mean, PJ Walker was like, listen, I'm going to look for DP. I'm going to look for Amari Cooper, and that's what we got right now. I'm going to just throw it up to him. I'm just throw it to them. But listen, I mean, I don't know if he's not getting separation, but I mean, they've already played 3 quarterbacks. One's a rookie. One was on the practice squad, Deshaun Watson. He got off to a little slow start. So you know what it is. Hey, man, I see you, man. Come on, G, preaching right now. Love it. I appreciate it, man. Oh, man. Let's see, man. DeAndre Black, I see you, my guy. Thornhill destroying McCaffrey on a pass play with 8 minutes left in the second quarter. That hurt him bad. That further hits like Owusu later in the quarter did him in. Hey, that's another thing. It's a compilation of blows. And the thing about this is, man, I'm young enough to remember, or old enough to remember. I don't even know how that really goes. I remember the Pittsburgh Steelers. I remember Antonio Brown just coming up, Chuck Norris karate kicking our punter in the face just to be fun, just to be funny. He had a touchdown. This man gave up a touchdown. It was like, let me just side Ryu and Ken Tatsu kick you in the teeth and get 15-yard penalty because I want to set a tone. The Cleveland Browns have had a soft moniker forever. They can't say that no more. They can't say no. They cannot say that no more. They can't get to that, man. Man, we listen. We talking spicy today. 3:45 and hit that like button for your boy. Hit the like button for your boy. Let's get to another promo here. I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity early today to get this T-shirt game off. Ha! Bow. You didn't think I was thinking into the last part. Nope. I got you. All right, man. 344 in here. Hey, send the code word of the day, KoolAid. Code word of the day is KoolAid, COOLAID, to just write in the top line of the email to gbush91@hotmail.com by 12 o'clock tonight to win the new Browns KoolAid Mafia t-shirt. Y'all been asking for it. It comes with the orange joint. It comes with the pole on the sleeve. This is perfect if you want to watch this round watching your game. You want the colors to signify. A lot of people say, why don't you have a dog on that, G. Bush? I said, that's getting kind of copyrightish. I don't know if you guys know that. I mean, we had to we had to talk to the legal department 6 times to get the KoolAid spelled differently just so I don't get sued. So here's the thing. We can't have every signal on there. You know, Cleveland Browns be like, yo, come on, bro. What you doing? Stop playing with me. But you can get that KoolAid Mafia t-shirt. We're going to give 2 of those away today. You can also purchase this right now, if you don't want to wait for it to get a chance. Purchase this Barber Shop merchandise and KoolAid Mafia merchandise at bushlinebeauty.com/barbershop. You can catch all of this gear. Anything that I'll give away here, you can find on bushlinebeauty.com/barbershop. So code word of today is KoolAid to gbush91@hotmail.com by 12 a.m. And that is tonight. And we will get you that shirt out to you. And it's all courtesy of your boy, G. Bush, in the barbershop. Let's get back to this. Here's to me, this is a true sign of a person who has what I like to call media take integrity. Media take integrity is something that I think is severely lacking in the game. And what do you mean by that, G. Bush? I've been critical of Kevin Stefanski when it comes to certain things. I'm critical of Kevin Stefanski when it comes to certain plays that he runs in certain time periods. I've been critical of the way he uses certain players or lack thereof, the way he uses them. I've been critical of sometimes the timing in which he calls certain plays, right? So, you know, that's just a football part of me. You know, I can only go on what I see on the screen, but that has nothing to do with whether or not I still want the team to be successful. Because for the team to be successful, Kevin Stefanski has to be successful. I never really thought that Baker Mayfield was going to be the guy that was going to lead us to the promised land. However, I didn't go into games wishing against Baker Mayfield, because wishing against Baker Mayfield, it means I'm wishing that my team does not win. And for any real fan or any real person, or any person that's going to have media take integrity, you don't wish that somebody on your own team sucks just so you could be right. But now I think that permeates the game. I thought Jed Wills, for the most part, played a pretty good game. I did. Now, I haven't seen the film yet, but I thought the one play he messed up was he got downfield on the screen, got the play called back. But generally speaking, I thought he played pretty good in the run game. I thought he didn't give up that many sacks. I thought he stayed on his block more. So all of these things, I'm not going to sit here. The reason I talk about Jed Wills is because I'm talking about the play on the field. And if you don't have media take integrity, you're a sucker for that. Why would you just have why would you have a vendetta against a player like that? Don't hurt what you're trying to do. Do I think that there's other players out there better than Jed Wills, and the Browns should go and do everything they can to upgrade positions and parts on their team? Sure. But under no circumstances am I waiting for Jed Wills to fall flat on his face so I can say, G. Bush is the smartest person in the room. I'm the smartest. And your team got beat 41-2. Who cares? Yeah, you smart. You took an L though. I would rather be wrong every day and twice on Sunday as long as we get a win. Maybe that's just me. So when I give Kevin Stefanski and I say Kevin Stefanski finally got his signature win, a lot of people will say and be confused, well, you just said he didn't do a good job on Twitter 2 days ago. Just because you called a bonehead play 2 days ago does not mean that my eyes are blind, that I can't see anything, that I'm dumb and don't understand the game to a point where even if you do show some progress or you do show that you've done a good job, that I can't see it because I have some sort of rift, some sort of, I don't get it. I don't understand that. I've already told you, I don't eat birthday cake with none of these dudes. Listen, I don't eat birthday. Yeah, it's people. I got sources that it was within the locker room that are prominent players. Sure, I can admire somebody's talent like a Nick Chubb or a Myles Garrett. Sure, I can do all of those things. But at the end of the day, I'm an opinion person. Why do you think I don't break stories? I don't break no stories. I don't care about who broke it first. I talk about what I see, and that's on the field. And I might have to talk about you. I might have to say, man, Deshaun Watson threw 5 bad passes yesterday, and they was trash. I might have to say, you know what? Myles Garrett got blocked to the goal line. He better have better effort, right? I might have to say that. So, no, I'm not going to the bar. I'm not going to cookouts. I'm not going to your birthday parties. I'm not trying to be in the club or moving. I don't even do much. I talk my stuff in my palatial studios. And give my opinion and go do what I need to do and hang out at the house. So don't get it twisted. If you play good, I usually say you play good. I try to, because that's media take integrity. If you don't play good, my job is to be like, I'll give my opinion on it. Am I right sometimes? Yeah. Am I wrong sometimes? Yeah. But I'll still be entertaining both ways. See, that's your problem. Y'all not entertaining enough. You're too serious. I thought on the 3rd down, the Browns did a good job of collecting enough blocks to get around the end. I thought that was a great play. Gave them momentum going into halftime, even though it didn't yield any points. I thought it was shut up. Way too stuffy. But I did think Kevinsansky got a signature win. And I think one of the most impressive parts about the signature win is Kevinsansky is learning on the job. And what does that mean? Kevinsansky is being a better coach at looking at all the things being equal and looking around and trying to figure out, what should I do? He's gonna get to a point, and this is the holy grail for him. When he can get to a point and assess the field and look around and say, okay, the passing game ain't working today. I might need to run it 40 times. Hey, I don't got no, you know what? I know the young boy Ford is the back, but you know what? I think I need to give Kareem Hunt 10 more carries today. You know what? I might need to go to Njoku in a vertical game, or I might need to keep both my tight ends and protect. This might be this defense is stout. We looking for 1 or 2 shot plays, and to get that, I gotta have them in blocking. When he can get to a point where he can start to see and adapt to certain circumstances, that's when he's going to be to the point where he's going to start to see him progressing. He's going to start to see him getting the best out of Deshaun Watson. He's going to start to see, if you have that presence of mind to coach the same way you coach with JV guys, medium to road quarterbacks that you do with Deshaun Watson, you're going to be great. You know why? Because sometimes when you're in a game, it's okay to punt. You got an elite defense. You got a punter that's kicking the heck out of the ball. You got a kicker right now that's not missing, that's putting them right down the middle. It's okay to punt. So sometimes if you're on a 3rd and 7 or you're doing certain things like that, you might want to run the rock a little bit. You might want to figure it out. Even when Deshaun Watson come back, you want to play to the defense. You want to make sure the special teams hit. Because guess what? You're going to be that much better because Deshaun Watson can make the throws that these JV dudes can't. So even when you being, hey, I don't got that many people on the route because I want to make sure we get to this progression backside. Well, guess what? Deshaun can hit some of those because he got more arm talent. You don't need to necessarily go 5 wide and keep everybody go out for a pass. No, not if you're getting sacked. Help your guys out. And that's sometimes why Kevinsansky looks better with JV guys than the top tier guys because he's more thoughtful of that. You see how Jed Wills was getting help, but it helps everybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't throw the ball in certain coverages, or you don't dial certain things up. You throw more screen passes. Imagine what you would do if you played that way with less talent, or excuse me, the more talented guys and able to do that. So I think Kevinsansky did a good job of doing that. He came out and debunked some of the stuff. I was mad as heck when I thought that PJ Walker threw that football. He came out and said that was on PJ. He shouldn't have thrown that ball. He definitely didn't tell him to throw that ball. So, different things like that. I thought he did not have a crazy game. I thought he had a B- game in terms of play calling and his scheme. But the one thing that you can't take away from, man, if you got media take integrity, is you can't lie and say that's not a signature win. The dude had a 13 quarterback, no Joe Bitonio. My man, David Njoku is coming off a crazy burn situation. Deshaun Watson and Nick Chubb ain't playing. It's, saying some of the same things that they had to play for and were wet and field advantage and all the turf and weather. We dealt with the same thing. For him to come out with that win, it's a signature win. And if you're a real one, if you know, you know. Let's get to your questions before we wrap this up. We want to definitely get to your questions. If you have a super chat, go ahead and get that in right now. 349 people in here ready to talk a little bit. When we get back, we will get to your questions. But first, let's give out the winners of the last giveaways that we had so far. We'll be right back on the other side. So let's get to those individuals who have been barbershop winners. So last week we had a lot of giveaway winners. We gave out 5 rally flags, right? So those winners are listed. We also gave out the other just from pregame last game and from the game last night where I said we're going to give out these T-shirts. We've given out those T-shirts as well. And then we also gave out some Browns hoodies that are on their way in the mail from those guys who hit me up yesterday from the post-game activity. So let's go through some of the barbershop giveaway winners. These people have been notified on email. So guys, if you've been notified, send me your information so we can get your material out to you. So first and foremost, we had Nathan Solomon, who got a rally flag. Brenton Schmoke got a rally flag. Jarrell Jack got a rally flag. Kelly Meyer got a rally flag. And Marshall McAlfee has a rally flag as well. Those guys will be getting those soon, and we have those out ready to go in the mail. Reese Holt won a barbershop T-shirt. Chris Brown got a barbershop T-shirt. Patrick White also got a T-shirt. And Malik Sittner had a T-shirt as well. And then we got the door prizes. These guys, we did it after the show yesterday. If you listen on the barbershop, make sure you check out the other barbershop post-game show. And we gave these out as well. Iverson Ferrero got a Browns hoodie. John Pendleton got a Browns hoodie. Jason McClanahan got a Browns hoodie. And Jay Farnsworth, all the way out in Australia, got a Browns hoodie. If you are interested in any of these items and you didn't win today, you can always go get these items. You can purchase all barbershop merchandise at www.bushline.beauty.com/barbershop. All items you see here will be available for you as well. And this is all courtesy of G. Bush and the Barbershop. All right, let's get to the questions and answers right now. If you want to super chat, you could do that. It's available. Go ahead and do that. We got about 83 comments I haven't seen. Let's go ahead and run through as many as these we can before we get to the top of the hour. Let's get it going. Let's see. We got one super chat right here. We appreciate your super chats. Raw Dog says, can we laugh at the Browns doing such a number on Purdy that all the sportscasters are questioning his ability to play? We get zero respect as a defense team. Now say my name. I love that, man. Hey, we had to hear it on Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show whether Brock Purdy we got his gold jacket or not. I'm like, bro, this boy ain't did nothing. He's a grown man, but listen, I'm like, come on, bro. He done played a couple games. He looked nice. But it's different when that pressure get up against you, man. G. Bush, the realest in the game. Ryan, I appreciate you as well, man. Thank you for all these guys listening and pulling up on me. Let's get Freddie B. Fans saying the season was over just to forfeit the 49ers game should be ashamed of themselves. Focus on how to win. It's life-changing. That win feel good, don't it? Don't he feel good? Browns is one of the biggest things in sports right now. Let's go Cleveland. We are popping right now. We doing our thing. Malikster says this win plus winning the shirt made my year. G. Hey, as always, man. You know we doing it, man. We listen right now. Hey, you can say what you want. Right now, the Barber Shop is moving the best in the game, man. We're moving the best in the game. Sometimes it's a season to be humble, and then it's a season to let them know what they talking about. Right now, if you're not giving out no merch, if you're not doing no live streams, if your set is just paper, if you got paper back here, they ain't getting it done. If you ain't got no merch, listen, get you a Fiverr and get you a T-shirt or something. Get you a LLC. Now I'm playing with y'all. Hey, shout out to everybody that's just doing good content. You're doing good content, man. To each his own. I'm just playing with y'all. That's why they be playing around. Hey, Five McCory said this. Ford ain't it. Bro needs to hit the gym. These arm tackles are too consistent. I want to see what that Pierre Strong boy is up to. Vernell Jackson, nothing like G. Bush session. Go Browns. I appreciate you, my dog. Appreciate it, man. I love the toss plays, run away from the 49ers line, not sideline to sideline. They will stretch you out. Definitely, man. Sean Browning, love the show. I'm a big fan. Time to stack wins. Let's stack these wins, Sean. I said it on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. It is time to stack these wins out on these boys. Let's not just do win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. Let's stack some chips like you at that the blackjack table. Let's go. Let's get it done, man. And a couple more. Broadview Bo says, can we get some grape Kool-Aid next week? We might be able to do that for you. We might be able to get that done. Levi Mayfield, let's go drinking that Kool-Aid. Cleveland J4440, they says, they don't tell you be humble when you ain't up, G. I tell you that, right? They don't tell you all that, man. When you put that work in, man, you know, they don't tell you to be humble. With that being said, man, I'm only humble because you guys honor me. You come in, you pull up, you show me love. 330 people in here. If you ain't got no money to super chat, that's all right. If you ain't got no money to buy no gear, that's all right. All I ask you to do is show that love. It's free. Hit that like button, and we all good with me. As always, man, I'd love to get you guys in here. Love talking to you. We'll be back Thursday, same place, same time, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. right here on the UCSS channel. I want to thank every single person here for being here, and you never know where I'm going to show up. G. Bush be everywhere. They don't know where it be at. All you got to do is you got to listen for them Clippers. Well, good win, big time win. Enjoy that and wear your Browns gear proud and loud around the city, even if you behind enemy territory. Peace.